Hello everyone, I'm Marvelous Lazy Gamer, and welcome back to another video. This video is part 2 in a small video series I'm doing where I'm turning my entire Animal Crossing New Horizons island into a kingdom. If you haven't seen the first video, which took you through how I designed my island and got it to 3 stars, I'll go ahead and link it above. But you don't need to watch to understand this video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. In this video, I'll be terraforming my entire island and laying out the foundation of the kingdom. Let's get started. Before I could start building anything, I needed a blank slate, which means I had to get rid of my rivers and cliffs. I started by getting rid of my rivers, which was much easier said than done. Anyone who has ever destroyed or created a river in Animal Crossing New Horizons knows that if you don't stand in just the right spot, well, it will not go your way. After filling in the rivers, I took on the cliffs. This involved chopping down trees, make sure you have medicine handy, digging up flowers, there were lots of trips to the shop, and breaking rocks. After clearing the cliff, I could start breaking it down. The best way I found to do this is to go through the middle and destroy every other aisle. Then you can go back and easily destroy the rest. Doing it this way prevents you from having to do twice the work, because if you start with the outside, the first dig will cause the cliffside to curve. Then you have to dig again to completely destroy it. After flattening everything, I could finally get to work. I started with making the moat for my kingdom, because I knew I wanted it to flow right by the airport and along the edge of the island, so I needed to be sure there was going to be enough room. I also needed to lay some bridges, so I needed to make sure the moat would be wide enough. To do this, I went to Tom Nook and told him I wanted to talk about infrastructure. Then I asked about bridges and inclines and told him I wanted to build a bridge. I chose the wooden plank bridge because I wanted to go for a drawbridge type feel. Once I had that in my pocket, I tested different sizes of rivers in front of the airport where I needed my first bridge to reside. After some trial and error, I got the correct dimensions and placement, and I was able to extend my moat all the way around the island. The cliff trick I mentioned also works here for creating a river. Dig every other spot to avoid having to dig twice. After the moat is in, I can make the walls of my kingdom. I played around with a few ideas for the walls, using stone fencing, building a cliff, but ultimately I decided on using simple panels because they were tall enough for my liking and I could customize them to look however I wanted. One thing to note is that the panels do come in different colors, so you'll want to choose the panel color closest to what you'll be customizing it with. I found this amazing brick design, shown here on the screen, which meant I would need to use the light gray panels. I also decided to DIY some silos to use as my towers for the front of my kingdom. I had to purchase this DIY using Nook Miles. This DIY takes 12 iron nuggets, 6 hardwood, 12 clay, and 12 stone. I built 2 and customized them to be as close to the right color as possible, and played around with their placement and how they looked with the panels. Once I was satisfied, I went to work laying all the panels. Now, I don't have an exact number of how many panels I used, but I know it was upwards of 100. It took much longer than I thought it would to lay them all out, because I could only order 5 a day from Nook Shopping. While I was laying down the panels, Leaf also showed up, so I decided to buy some blue azaleas and plant them around the outside to give my kingdom a nice landscaped look. After hours of work, I finally had my kingdom laid out. I think all the work was 100% worth it. What do you guys think? There is of course still a lot of work to be done before my kingdom is complete, but this was an important step. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think the panels were worth it? Are you interested in using panels in this way? I'm still hard at work making my vision a reality, so be sure to be on the lookout for my next video. I will be laying out more rivers and bridges, moving my villagers in, and creating a marketplace where you can get anything you might need. Well, I'm going back to work on this island. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.